So hello everybody, hello Tony. I'm glad
Jeff.
to receive
Bonjour.
you today in this interview. So you are the marketing expert, the French way. So what it means exactly? What is marketing the French way?
It's a very good question because I get asked this question all the time. So maybe we'll use the recording and I will copy paste the video and send it to everyone, you know, like. I believe marketing is like physics and nature. I believe you don't invent new things, you just discover things that who have been already there from the beginning. Like Newton did not invent gravity, but he put words on it, on something that was already there when he saw the apple falling from the tree. So I believe the French way is not something new, even though I've been the first to talk about it, writing a book about it, and teach it. I believe it's here since many, many years because, for example, the guy who invented the luxury industry was French. And if you see the ranking nowadays about the luxury brands in the world, the question, there is a question to ask yourself and the answer will be my answer. And the question is, how come all Americans who supposedly invented marketing in such a big market, big audiences worldwide, who English-speaking people, very aggressive market with a lot of competition, are not beating French brands and French luxury brands. How come? So that's how I started my journey. I realized, okay, maybe there is something there to find. And then I realized, you know, Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Dior, and even brands in other industry like Relais Chateau, Moët Chandon. In any industry, I realized they have some commonalities, right? And I found three things. Number one is love. I realized marketers in US, if you go in the US, in the culture, you go in a shop oftentimes, the sales guy will tell you, hello sir, how are you doing today? But it's just a script. You can feel it's completely fake, right?
Yeah.
So basically you don't even want to answer him. First time I went to the US, I answered him and he's like, I said, and you, how are you doing? The guy don't even answer to me. It's like completely sales scripted, right?
Yeah.
So I believe love can be implemented in any single level of your communication. It can start from simple things when you say to your sales guy, you know, personally what we teach is to have some document where you really care about your client and sometimes you send them a postcard or a small book, a small gift. You remember the people, right? When you go to 5-star luxury hotel, sometimes they remember your name 1 year after or they remember your order.
That makes the whole difference.
Yes, you know, so I think love is the first element, very, very important, and you can go very deep in that because it's one of the most powerful emotions in human being, right? Second thing is elegance. Because same thing, go to all US events about marketing in the US, people don't know so well style, even though style is relative. But we have some kind of elegant French style. In the fashion world, Paris Fashion Week is one of the top places. So what I found out is when you have some kind of aesthetics, and actually when you care about design and architecture and aesthetics, you can improve conversion. And some marketers in the US and again, if you are from the USA, I don't have anything against you. I learned from so many cultures. I just focused on the French way because I'm French. You can tell with my accent. But they teach, you know, oh, design is not important. But come on, guys, look at Steve Jobs. What Steve Jobs did? He said, I want to create a beautiful object, a beautiful product that people want to take pictures with, want to brag about. And what was the iPad at the beginning? Everybody was like, it's completely useless. I already have a computer, I have a phone. So he invented something really beautiful. So he integrated design and elegance. So second word is elegance. So you can do that on any level, you know, on photography, on your website. Look at all the luxury 5-star hotels in the world, luxury brands. They care a lot about photography, design. So this is very, very important if you also want to build a brand. It's part of the image, right? And the third thing I would say is, let's say, art de vivre. You have something different about the French way from other culture. For example, in France, you know, we have this long break, 2-hour break for a lot of employees where you take your time to eat. And in the south of France, especially, people are really more slow and enjoying life. And in US, you have a lot of this culture, and other countries too, like Germany, where you wake up and you just do your visualization and your morning routine. And I believe people, human, are not robots. So it's cool to have routine and performance and Excel sheets. But at some point, you need to integrate in your brand some kind of lifestyle, art de vivre, where even your client, in your experience, if you do a marketing event, you can, integrate some experience where people gather together and feel all of these other values as well. Love, elegance, art de vivre. So that would be the three main thing.
Okay.
To summarize what the French way is about. It's a long topic, but if I will summarize in three key points.
That's very clear. So right now you help then companies, brands to improve their brands with this luxury modelization. So you study a lot of models and a lot of marketing actions, and then you translate that into you do have a training, and you do also services, right?
Yes, correct. So the main offer we have, the meta offer, is how to make sure that your customers fall in love with your brand. That's the main thing. Because if they fall in love, you will have customer loyalty forever. And actually, some brands from other countries use some part of what I call the French way formula, like Walt Disney. What they did is they have been the first to create a universe where you can pay one time and enjoy unlimited attraction, and you are in some magical places, right? But Walt Disney, when he started it, all park you had to pay per attraction, So yeah, to summarize, yes. So I help companies to create this branding, French way branding, and can work in any culture, because we all feel like love is important. We are human, right? So unless you sell to psychopaths, I don't recommend. And I think artificial intelligence is not that developed yet to the fact that we are going to sell to robots. So we still have some time. So yeah, I help brands to increase customer loyalty, and also to, I don't like that word so much, but that's the one that's coming, to steal customer from competition. Because if you bring more positive emotion, more love, they will come to you, and so get more customers as well. And we teach, we do consulting, speaking, and we have classes about that. Yeah.
Cool. And so who are your clients? In fact, who you work with right now?
So we work with anywhere, any company from 0 to we have billionaire clients. However, we help mostly companies between 1 and 10 million euro, because we have more leverage. Because if you come see Louis Vuitton and they come to us, let's multiply by 10. Well, you are already at the top of the world, so it's hard. You can still help, but I believe my message and what I want to share to the world is to help smaller companies. And
we're in the US,
internationally. Okay. And one question we got asked often is it working in my market? And it's actually working in any single market, because it's based on human psychology. And I was talking.
Some tactics is really based on understanding how the human brain works and how you can serve it more.
Yeah, like I said in the beginning of this interview, it's based on law, and law are universal. We have a program called 77 Law. Actually, we teach more because 77 is a magic number. We deliver more, but for example, what you can notice is how most marketers online are treating their database like a lead in an Excel file, and they're they do some personalization with first name, last name, but they don't really go deep in personalization, like what's the birthday of that guy, what he likes for his birthday, what he likes to buy that you cannot offer him, that you could recommend him, so you build more trust, so being an anti-sales guy, so you have so many things you can do.
And what are, for your perspective, the common mistakes that entrepreneurs and brands do when they try to market themselves?
Number one thing I would say when it comes to the French way is I teach that luxury is the future. And the number one mistake I would say is to believe that you cannot launch a luxury brand, that you need a lot of money, that you need luck. That's the number one mistake I would say. Okay. I will use a specific example. We all know toilet paper, right? Very unattractive product. not sexy at all. Everybody has it. Very common product, right? So one company in the US recently started a new category, and they took the toilet paper industry and they disrupted the whole model by positioning themselves as luxury toilet paper. But they did not use the word toilet paper. They used luxury bath towels. And the way they do it is they multiply by 5. They took the most expensive toilet paper in the world. They multiply like common products distributed in Walmart or and they multiply the price per unit by 5. And they put some packaging, and you order it on Amazon, and you have your delivery guy who order it like a gift box. And woman can walk in the street with it. It's so beautiful. You have flowers on it, like very elegant, So you kind of feel like you're going out, like you just got a gift from someone, but actually you have toilet papers inside, So I think it's a good example about how you can take any product and just turn it into a luxury product. I would say that's the number one mistake people do.
Then is don't think sufficiently about packaging and how you present your offer and how you position your offer.
I think positioning is very important, and I believe in any company, no matter what you sell, you can add a new brand that will be luxury. And so the second mistake people do is they already have a brand and they just try to increase the price of that brand. It doesn't work that way. Because if you say like Ferrari, I do this oftentimes when I speak on stage. I put the image of a Ferrari, and below you have the text of a water bottle, and people see confusion. What the fuck? It's not aligned and congruent. So, branding, the brand image that you convey, you cannot change it. Once you have first impression, people remember you as the go-to guy for that thing, or So you need to create a new brand. That's mistake people make. So one brand, one category, right? If it's just simple branding, but let's say you think about premium coffee, you think about Starbucks, right?
Yeah.
So if you think about electric car now in the US, you think about Tesla. And so that's one mistake people do, is they try to take what they already do and do it luxury. It doesn't work. You need to create a new brand.
Reinvent the brand.
Yeah, and also something else is I would rather create a new brand that you don't sell so much units, because that's another mistake people do, is they enter a luxury market or luxury brand. They want to launch their brand by having pricing not so high to get volume, but you don't start like that. You build the brand first. So that's what Tesla did. Tesla started a very, very expensive luxury electric car, and so because of that, all media are like, what's in that car to be so expensive? So they got free publicity, free PR all around the world, and then later on, second step, you got cheaper models, and then you extend with new models, So that's another big mistake people do.
So you travel a lot, and you like to network with a lot of people. Can you tell me a bit about what is the best events you've been attending so far?
About conference, mastermind, or?
Yeah, conference, mastermind, in the marketing space still.
Worldwide?
Yeah.
I really like the mastermind of Dean Jackson.
Okay.
Dean Jackson, we invented the lead page, squeeze page. He's like underground guy, not so famous. His clients are very famous. Like he's the one responsible mostly for the success of Eben Pagan.
Okay.
He got the idea for Eben Pagan to launch his double dating website and ebook. So I would say Dean Jackson. I would say Frank Miranda events, definitely really big in Europe with Italian guy. If you want to learn about sales strategies, Italians are the best about that. So I leave it to him. With that, And then I really liked actually the mastermind we just did now in Bali, which is what's the official name again? Because I know it's
Scaling Club.
Yeah, I really liked it because you guys brand it as a anti-conference format, right? And I like the fact that in many mastermind you have a lot of people, you just start and they're like, oh, I do 5, I do 6, I do 10 million, and just all about ego. And you don't learn anything in this kind of event because it's just to show what's the biggest, right? And what I like about this event is I did not love everything, but I think what's very powerful was the fact that it's more chill, and so you connect more to people, and you can also share outside of business and help each other. In like yesterday night, we had a talk just here about personal issues. We won't talk here, but you know, relationships with couples, women, and I think that you have value when you go to mastermind. Not only about business, which is amazing, but challenge each other and connect and like build long-term friendship. You know.
Yeah, of course. Great. So if you have like just a piece of advice for the people that want to start maybe doing like luxury marketing the French way, what would be like the first step?
So the first step will be to find, in whatever you are selling, find an offer that is already successful and turn it into, just add the same offer but luxury. Just test it. Because a lot of people, you know, I will not recommend to start a luxury company, luxury brand just like that, because you will have maybe fears, limiting beliefs, you will do mistakes, but just take a best-selling offer you have and do the same thing as a luxury offer. You know, just think about what you can do to have the same product, but a luxury version, right? So you can see it's gonna work and start to believe that indeed it's working. So I will take an example, one client we got. He's selling bioresonance machine for therapists. So it's like some technology used by NASA in Russia. And machines are like between 4K to 10K euro each. And it can scan your body about the magnetism of your body, and resonate with the machine to find predict disease. And we came to him, and you know, he was selling, highest product was 10K euro. We said, okay, let's do a luxury version. It was like 25K euro. And he did not believe it so much, and now, you know, 1/3 of his sales are coming from this unique product, you know. So I would say number one thing, just start something that's already successful, you know.
And improve.
And build on that, because you already have demand, you already know how to deliver it, you don't need to start from scratch. It's just the fastest way.
Okay.
And if you want to go deeper, and if you're more ambitious, just find in your industry what has been not done yet as a luxury, you know. In luxury. That's what I did in marketing. I've been the first, as far as I know, to take like the French luxury codes and apply that to the marketing world, you know. So you can take, you know, if you sell car, you can just, you know, add the luxury car, you know, and add a new brand. If you sell like dating advice online, you can just have a new brand. You would just target rich men and rich women. Whatever you do, you have a space, and you can find a new positioning. So find a space that's not taken yet. That's very, very important. Even if you don't sell luxury, but that's very important.
Okay. Thank you, Tony. Where are the people who can find you if they want to?
So you can go to tonylux.com, TONYLUX.com. Very easy. And you will find all the info about me and my quasi French journeys.
Yeah, thank you, Tony. And for everyone, if you like this interview, please subscribe to the channel. I'll make more, and I hope you enjoyed it. And
this guy is cool, so you should follow him. I know this guy since many years, and
thank you, Tony.
He's really rocking the French market, so you should.
Thank you.
French love.